Well, let's hope the sequel's better. Or not delayed by the coronavirus. This film just can't catch a break, can it?
When the world's greatest athlete, Michael Jordan, teams up with the world's best-loved cartoon character, Bugs Bunny, you won't believe your eyes.
Pardon me, Mr. Jordan. Could I have your your John Hancock?
What's going on here?
We need your help!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Raider Reviews, the first and only review show on the Raider News Channel. My name is Ben Friedman, and today we are going to be taking a look at one of the biggest blockbusters from the 1990s. And since a certain basketball player and the story of his former team is a pretty hot topic right now, I figured it was only right to take a look at one of his more infamous works. Let's take a look at the pop culture hit Space Jam. Released on November 15th, 1996, and starring Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny, Space Jam was released to, how do I put this, subpar critical response. It currently holds a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes, and is currently known by some as one of the worst things that the Looney Tunes have ever been a part of. But when you look at the other side of the coin, Space Jam is nothing short of a cultural icon, even now. Everywhere you go, you'll see people wearing Toon Squad gear and rocking out to the film's theme or the classic song that is I Believe I Can Fly. And while those things are pretty cool, the actual film is anything but. However, let's start on the positive side and begin with the good.
You heard of the Dream Team? Well, we're the Mean Team. Ready?
Number 1. Bugs Bunny. The most popular and most iconic of all the Looney Tunes is, unsurprisingly, the best part of this film. Everything that made him great is kept intact as the writing staff clearly put all of their effort into making him funny. All of his visual gags and his witty delivery make up for how genuinely unfunny this movie is, but I'll complain about the writing later. But long story short, Bugs Bunny is back to his old tricks and is the most enjoyable character in this otherwise not so great film. Number 2. The music. Like I mentioned previously, the original music from this film is still loved by many, even to this day. The film's soundtrack is beloved for hits like the aforementioned I Believe I Can Fly, or the film's theme, also titled Space Jam. These songs help bring back memories of the film, but they also take you back to those times in the late 90s. The well-balanced mix of rap and R&B helps set the tone throughout the film, and will always remind you of the film and its disappointment at what it had to offer. Cynicism aside, the music is a bright spot and helps the worst part of this film be just a little bit better. And number 3, Bill Murray. Yep, you heard that right. Bill Murray. Yes, this Hollywood superstar appears in this film in probably the weirdest role he's ever played. He has very few scenes and only a few lines, but he is the best live-action character in this film by far, having some genuinely funny moments to go on top of an already just weird and random performance. But even Bill Murray and his genius can't save this film from its faults, and oh boy, there are a lot of them. Let's head to the bad.
Doc,
Yes.
you kick it in here. You go to the hole and dominate. We on defense.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, I don't play defense.
Number 1, the writing. To me, the most important part of any film is its screenplay. Dialogue, to me at least, is what drives the story and can provide for some of the most iconic moments from any film. However, it doesn't help when your screenplay is garbage, just like the one for Space Jam. This film is packed to the brim with incredibly unfunny jokes, overused cliche, and just the right mixture of annoyance and boredom to create the perfect storm of trash that stains this film. The screenplay is incredibly uninspired and just gives off the vibe that the 4 writers, yes, you heard me right, 4 writers, just turned in whatever they could to get their paycheck because they knew this film was going to sell. Now, I know it's a kid's movie, technically, but the least you can do is try and make something enjoyable for all ages instead of just scraping the bottom of the barrel for the lowest common denominator. Let's move on before I lose my sanity. Number 2, the acting. Honestly, there's not much to say here. Michael Jordan can't act, Wayne Knight is incredibly annoying, the rest of the Jordan family are subpar at best, and the Looney Tunes, sans Bugs, are annoying as hell. And the icing on this rotten trash cake is the sexualization of Lola Bunny. I cannot say more, because I would like Mr. Moscow to keep his job.
Warner Brothers presents Jordan,
Bugs
Bunny.
Special delivery!
Together, they just might save the world.
Number 3, the animation. It really surprised me just how bad the animation looked in this film. The Looney Tunes thrive off of their swift movement and sharp editing, and this film doesn't even come close to capturing that. And things get much, much worse when Michael Jordan enters the fray. When Jordan is roaming around the animated world, there are so many editing errors that just ruin the illusion that the film is trying to uphold. And this would be less of a problem if Who Framed Roger Rabbit didn't already perfect these methods a whole 8 years before this movie came out. They should have taken notes on how to blend together live-action actors in an animated environment better. Also, they should have taken notes on how to make a better movie. Let's finish with the bottom line.
Space Jam. You've never seen anything like it.
The bottom line. Space Jam is probably the most disappointing nostalgia trip of all time. An awful screenplay, terrible acting, and technical errors leave a large black stain on a film that's been a laughingstock amongst critics. Unless you're Gene Siskel and Robert Ebert, who gave this film thumbs up for God only knows whatever reason. Maybe they were paid off. Anywho, some small standout performances and good music choices earn it a few points, but this is a mess of a film that I have no interest in ever seeing again. I'm going to give Space Jam 1 star. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Look out for all videos coming up on Raider News. My name is Ben Friedman. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.